Colmes of Alan Colmes, a Texas prisoner described by death penalty opponents as mentally retarded, was one of two convicted killers executed in the nation's busiest death chamber tonight. The inmate, Oliver David Cruz, was sentenced to die for the 1989 abduction, rape, and fatal stabbing of a 24-year-old woman in San Antonio. It's been reported that Cruz's IQ tested as low at 63, leading death penalty opponents to argue he should not have been executed. This Supreme Court, which has allowed other mentally retarded inmates to be put to death, voted 6-3 today to allow the execution to go on. A person with an IQ under 70 is classified as mildly retarded. Prosecutors said Cruz scored 83 when he entered prison in 1989. The Texas Board of Pardons and Parole unanimously refused to recommend to Governor George W. Bush that he halt the execution, and the Republican presidential nominee declined to grant Cruz a one-time 30-day reprieve. Last year, the Texas legislature killed a bill outlawing the execution of someone whose IQ is below 65. Joining us from Washington is the author of that bill, Texas State Senator Rodney Ellis. And joining us from Houston, Dudley Sharp, Director of Death Penalty Resources for Justice for All. I understand, Mr. Ellis, George W. Bush also did not favor that bill. He helped kill that, didn't he?
Well, he did make a press comment early on in the process that he thought the current law was appropriate, and I think many did take that as a pretty clear signal he was against it.
This bill is going to be reintroduced. Isn't it a good chance it's going to pass next time within the next 6 to 8 months? Meaning that the timing on this guy, if Cruz had only managed to survive another year or so, he might not have faced the death penalty.
Well, two questions. One would be whether or not I could make the bill retroactive when we go back in session. And the second one is, once the presidential race is over with and the spotlight is not on Texas, will there be as much concern about these issues?
Dudley Sharp, let me ask you. Dudley Sharp, let me ask you: should people who are mentally retarded, who have an IQ below a certain level, be executed in America?
Well, my position is that we have rules of evidence that are presented pre-trial, trial, and later on appeal of these specific issues covered by a McNaughton rule and by the Penry decision. And my position, and Justice for All's position, is that psychiatric evaluations, which are presented pre-trial and trial, would be the way to go. It may not even make it to trial in some cases because clearly some of these people don't meet the legal standard for culpability based on mental condition. And that's what we're talking about here. The Cruz case, yes, he did score an 83 in 1989 on the IQ test, which is well above the minimum standard. But even more impressive than that is that he scored, I think it was 106 on performance IQ, which is really the IQ measurement that's important in evaluations for death penalty cases.
Well, that's a good point. And Senator Ellis, the bottom line here is he did score higher than is being portrayed.
That's not a good point.
Wait a minute.
An important point is you determine mental retardation in someone's youth. You don't take a test on death row.
Rodney,
I think even you and I would be smart enough to flunk that test.
It's not the point. When he took the test, he passed it. He passed it with flying colors. And you just heard Dudley Sharp talk about the other exam.
That's not true.
Well, what is it? Wait a minute.
Mental retardation is determined during someone's adolescence.
Dudley, he took the test. He scored high on it. He was not at the level that they're saying, and he did it on two different areas. Is that correct, Dudley?
That's correct.
Okay, let's just get that out of the way.
Is it correct that test didn't come out until 2 days ago? Whatever this secret, this is covering somebody's backside. This is taking it away from policy and going on a
Even the
political
press reports, besides the 83, he had taken one. Wait a minute, he had taken one between 64 and 76. So there were a number of tests there. So on all different standards, 70 being mildly retarded. So on all accounts, he's at that level. And let's not forget, Senator, what he did. He brutally raped this woman, stabbed her to death, admitted that he did it.
It was awful.
It was awful. That's right.
Yeah, he ought to get life without parole. Someone who's mentally retarded ought to be locked up for committing a crime like this.
You don't believe in the death penalty at all, do you?
That's the real point.
I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break. Dudley, we'll give you a chance to respond when we get back. Dudley, you'll get the floor when we return. On the other side of this break, the debate continues on Hannity and Colmes. Please stay with us.